Berry Pomeroy Castle, a true tale of tragedy and haunting. Hidden away within the dense woods of Devon, not far from the charming town of Totnes, lies the ruin of Berry Pomeroy Castle, overgrown by ivy and sitting atop a hill. The castle's crumbling walls and desolate towers have long captured the imaginations of those who visit, but beneath its picturesque exterior lies a dark and tragic history, one that has given rise to ghostly sightings, unsettling experiences, and the reputation of one of the most haunted castles in England. Berry Pomeroy Castle is steeped in centuries of mystery, from its troubled construction to the legends that swirl around the noble family that once called it home. Its desolation and decay are matched only by the chilling stories that persist about the ghosts said to haunt its abandoned halls. What makes the haunting of Berry Pomeroy Castle particularly unsettling is that the spirits it houses are not just the remnants of a bygone era, they are a reflection of the castle's grim and blood-stained past. The tragic events that took place within its walls are not forgotten, and it is said that the spirits of the past still roam the castle, trapped in an endless loop of sorrow and vengeance. Berry Pomeroy Castle was originally built in the late 11th century during the Norman conquest of England. It was established by the Pomeroy family who held the estate for generations. Over the centuries, the castle passed through various hands, with each successive owner leaving their mark on the land and the building. By the 16th century, Berry Pomeroy Castle had become the home of the Seymour family, one of the most prominent noble families in England. The Seymour's family most famous member was Thomas Seymour, the brother of Jane Seymour, the third wife of King Henry VIII. Despite their royal connections, the Seymours were plagued by personal and political turmoil, much of which centred around Berry Pomeroy Castle. The family's involvement in several plots, betrayals, and untimely deaths would come to define the castle's tragic history. In the 16th century, the castle was at the height of its power, but a series of cruel and untimely deaths would cast a shadow over its legacy. The most haunting story from this time involves Margaret Seymour, the wife of Sir John Seymour, who is said to have died under mysterious and tragic circumstances. Margaret's ghost is said to haunt the castle to this day, appearing as a pale, sorrowful figure wandering the halls in search for her lost life. But it is the tragic story of her daughter, Lady Eleanor Seymour, that is most deeply woven into the dark fabric of Berry Pomeroy's history. Lady Eleanor, known for her beauty and grace, was said to have been betrayed by her own family. After her father's death, her life was torn apart by a series of misfortunes, and it is believed that she eventually died within the castle, her spirit too broken to leave. The family's misfortunes were compounded by the political intrigue that permeated the castle. Sir Edward Seymour, another key member of the Seymour family, was executed for his role in a failed rebellion, and as the Seymours' fortunes faded, so did the castle's grandeur. By the late 17th century, the castle was abandoned, left to deteriorate as its dark history became a mere whisper. The tragic and blood-soaked history of Berry Pomeroy Castle has left a permanent mark on the site. Many who visit the castle claim to have encountered something otherworldly, spectral figures, unexplained sounds, and an overwhelming sense of sorrow. The spirits that haunt the castle are believed to be the restless souls of those who lived and died there, trapped within the walls of the castle they once called home. Perhaps the most famous of the castle's apparition is the White Lady, a spirit believed to be that of Margaret Seymour, the wife of Sir John Seymour. The White Lady is often seen walking through the castle's ruined halls and corridors, dressed in a long flowing white gown. Witnesses describe her as a sorrowful, tragic figure, her face hidden beneath a veil of white mist. Some claim that she is seen standing in the windows of the castle, staring out at the surrounding landscape, as if waiting for someone, or something, to return. The White Lady is often accompanied by a profound sense of melancholy and despair. Those who have seen her claim that they are overcome with a deep sadness and unease, as if the very air is thick with the weight of her sorrow. Some visitors report hearing soft, mournful cries echoing through the castle, but when they search the halls, they find no one there. It is said that the White Lady's ghost is tied to her tragic death and the betrayal she suffered during her lifetime. Some believe she is searching for her lost love, while others claim she is seeking justice for the wrongs that were done to her. Another apparition that is often reported in Berry Pomeroy Castle is the Blue Lady, who is said to haunt the castle's lower chambers. The Blue Lady is a more mysterious and ominous figure than the White Lady, and her appearance is often associated with feelings of dread and terror. Descriptions of the Blue Lady vary, but she is often seen wearing a blue gown, her face obscured by a shadow or a hood. Some claim that her eyes glow with an unnatural light, while others say she is always accompanied by an overwhelming sense of cold. One particularly chilling account comes from a visitor who was exploring the castle late at night. They reported seeing a shadowy figure standing at the end of one of the corridors. As they approached, the figure turned and vanished into thin air. The temperature in the room plummeted, and the visitor was overcome with an inexplicable feeling of being watched. They quickly left the area, but the sense of unease lingered long after they had departed the castle grounds. Some believe that the Blue Lady is the spirit of Lady Eleanor Seymour, who was believed to have been abandoned and betrayed by her family. Her tragic fate has left her spirit restless, and she is said to haunt the lower chambers of the castle, searching for the love and security that was cruelly taken from her. In addition to the sightings of the White and Blue Ladies, visitors to Berry Pomeroy Castle frequently report hearing strange noises throughout the building. The most commonly heard sounds are footsteps, heavy, slow, and deliberate, as if someone is walking through the castle's abandoned halls. These footsteps are often heard when the castle is empty, and the sounds are described as coming from the upper levels or from behind closed doors. Another unsettling sound often reported by visitors is the sound of a door slamming shut or the rattle of chains, as if someone's being locked away. These noises are particularly common in the parts of the castle where the Seymours once lived, suggesting that the spirits of the family are still present and that their tragic history continues to haunt the castle. Today, Berry Pomeroy Castle stands as a ruin, but its history is far from forgotten. The castle is open to visitors, many of whom come to explore its vast grounds and take in the breathtaking views over the surrounding countryside. However, it is the castle's haunted reputation that draws many people, particularly those with an interest in the paranormal. Despite its historical significance and the beauty of its surroundings, there is a palpable sense of unease that hangs over Berry Pomeroy Castle. The stories of the White Lady, the Blue Lady, and the other restless spirits are not just tales passed down through years, they are part of the very fabric of the castle, woven into its stone walls and its eerie atmosphere. Those who visit the castle often report feeling being watched or followed, and many say that the presence of the spirits is felt most strongly at night. The cold drafts, strange noises, and sudden drops in temperature are common experiences, and some claim that the spirits of Berry Pomeroy Castle are not content to simply haunt the building, they interact with those who dare to enter, their voices calling them out across centuries, seeking justice, peace, or perhaps vengeance for the wrongs done to them in life. Berry Pomeroy remains a place where the past refuses to stay buried, and for anyone brave enough to venture within its walls, the spirits of the tragic history are always waiting, ready to remind the living that some stories are never truly over.